Hello and welcome back. So let's continue doing the castle, jump castle with Vellum in Houdini. So this is what we made so far, and we're going to focus on the new asset. So in Houdini, we're going to make a new section. So let's see, I'm going to check in my notes how I made it. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to make this base for the jumping castle. And if you're not really sure about what kind of jumping castle I'm talking about, it's this one. This is what we're going to make. So back in Houdini, we're going to start off with a grid. And this grid, we don't need that much resolution. We just need, and the size is going to be 6 by 6 and rows, columns 2, 2. We have it here. And we do a poly extrude. And as I said the last time, we want to make sure that we have the bottom. So output back, and we're going to make a color on this one. I want the bottom to be green, light green, I think. Yeah, that's going to be nice. And let's see, so this is the base, and we're going to add a poly bevel to this. So if we just do poly bevel and we do a distance and resolution like this. So this is the base. But we're going to be smart about it. So we're going to make a merge here and do it like this, because we're going to add a lot of stuff here. So this node can take everything at once. And we need the arc, so we're going to do the circle. So this one going to be the green thing here. Okay, so we're going to do a circle. And the circle going to be have a radius by 2.5, 2.5. And we're going to use a sweep for this one. So this one expects something in here, that's why it's red, but we're just going to make the second input, we're going to use it as a square tube. So we see we have it here, and we want the thickness to be 1. So this is nice. And columns, we don't need any columns, so this is super nice. And we do a clip. And that means it just will clip in the center, and we can change this like this if we want. I'm going to keep it here, and we're gonna, so what happens when we clip, we have this hole here, and we don't want that. So we're gonna make a poly cap. So this one's fix it for us, and this is really convenient because we can also do the patch group as well, because what we want to do now, we want to make sure that we can poly extrude, but only the patch. So this is good. So let's say we're happy with that height. Then we're going to use this match size node. So the node works, you put in what you want to match and against something else. So here we want the I direction, we want this one to be on top. So in the I, we just do the minimum part of this arc, gonna be on the max of the other input. So then we have it here, and then also in the I direction, X we don't need to do anything, we can just do none. But here we want the Z to be max and max. Cool. So here we have this one, and we're gonna make a color. We're gonna make it red, I think. Let's do red, that's gonna be super nice. So this one goes in here. So now we have this one. Now we just need to make the other parts around. So we're gonna have we can use a box. So this box is gonna be, we know it's 6 by 6, right? So if we want to have it back here, we can do in the X direction going to be 6 and the top going to be 2. So, and then we're going to use the, if I press enter inside here, I can move it around and roughly put it to position like this. So now then I know this is going to be 2, this is going to be negative 2.5, 2.5. So we're gonna make a merge because we're gonna have more sides. So this is gonna go in here. We're gonna have a color. This one we're gonna make yellow like this. So now we're starting to get the shape. And we're just gonna have another one. This one gonna be, so if we take this one, we want it to be, okay, we need to unlock this here. So we make it roughly the same. It's gonna be 1.25 maybe. Nah, it's gonna be 1.5. This is gonna be 3.5. No, it's gonna be 4. The center. So this is the measurement. Nice. Plug it in. Looks not good. Looks good. And we just do a copy of it. Move it over here. And now we are done. So the neat thing is we place the bevel down here. And then we have it beveled like this. So there's okay, I'm gonna show you, not yet what I'm gonna wait with the thing that I wanted to talk about. So now we do remesh, and then if we just do Vellum cloth, and we do a Vellum solver, and we add a floor like this, and we do play it, you see it works. So it's not exactly as the other one, but we're going to tweak it. So the first thing is you can see the part doesn't seem to be sewed together. There is a super easy solution to that one. The mesh, I'm going to have a little bit more resolution, I think. So what we can do, that's really easy way to solve this, is to add a peak. A peak node is to just make everything a little bit bigger. And by doing this, there is an intersection. So when there is an intersection, it's gonna kind of act like glued together. So if we do it again, you see now it won't break, it will stick together. So that's nice. And also here, so there is some things that we can do. The stretch, the stiffness is set to 1, and the bend stiffness is set to 1. If we add 100 on both of them and we see how it goes, you see now the textile is much more stiff. It acts more like thick rubber. And also, if we look at the arc, maybe it's nice that it looks like a little bit angled like this. I'm gonna add some more resolution to it because I want it to be more round. Yeah, well, it was an artifact. It doesn't really make it worse. Okay, I like this better. So we have this one now, right? And I'm gonna check one more time. And see with smooth shader, see how it looks. Yeah, I like it. That's good. And also, so the thing is, when we play, it goes fast. But if we take this real-time toggle, this is kind of live. So I think it goes a little bit too fast because we want to mimic the thing like it's kind of, the air goes out. So we can actually, in this Vellum solver, if we do in the force, we don't need any wind thing, we can just toggle it off, but the velocity damping, so all the speed and forces and so forth, the velocity, if we add some restriction on it, it's gonna be like it's falling in water, to explain it easily, simply. It's gonna fall much slower. So a little bit more like the air disappear. So that's good. So we're gonna make it go to 100. Yeah, I like it. This looks good. Super nice. So we also gonna do this transform thing on this one. So we're gonna make it 10 times smaller. We just upscale it later. And we're gonna have a null. And this is gonna be out, jump, castle. So inside this ROP network, we're just gonna alt drag from the text, and we're gonna make the jump castle like this. And here, really important, we need to change the input geometry to out jump castle. And we also need to asset, we want to change that, jump castle. And here we have a warning, so it misses the cd._v, so we need to, as we did in the past one, we added this attribute promote. So we're going to do it from scratch. So what we're doing here is that we're going to add the color to the correct attribute position. So the colors here, they are at the moment stored on the points CD here. But to be able to export it correctly, we need to move them to the vertices. And the name need to be not color, not CD, but it needs to be CD_V, a small v. Actually CD_V, like this. And now it wouldn't, now it should be okay. Yes, and we do. Let's see, what do we have? We have settings, export, position, rotation. Yeah, it should be it. Let's go. Woo. So there's some more to render, so it takes some more time, but it will be finished pretty soon. All right, it's done. It took a little bit, actually, not too long. So here we got the castle. So the mesh, we need to, once again, do the settings here. So we have the import settings. And we also need the textures to be correct. So I took this HDR here. And we have it here. And we're going to have the jump castle on it. And populate the textures. And the last thing, well, not the last, but also scale it up. And we almost have it. Now we're missing the colors. And I need, oh, okay, so the reason we miss colors is because the jump castle are using the shader from the default folder, side effects folder, but the Kungen, they are using the shader that we tweaked in the last tutorial, so this one, right? So in order just to make sure that this one used the right shader, we just go into, well, the jump castle. And in here we do the shader, and in side effects, you see the tick box. Instead of this one, we're going to do the edit one. And here we have it. Look at this. Isn't this nice? It looks good. It looks a little bit jaggy in the movement. You can see it if you look closely, but we just need to frame interpolation and it will move so smoothly. Wow, look at this. Cool. Let's do an amusement park and add some stuff. So I really hope you like this, and yeah, I'm gonna make some more interesting Vellum stuff and also using Vertex Animation in the future. So I really hope you liked it, and thank you so much for watching.